morning, guys. I hope you all are having an awesome week so far. I just wanted to jump on here and read this book to you. It is called Miss Nelson Has a Field Day, and Miss Nelson is Missing was the prequel to this, and I didn't even know that there were sequels to that book, and Miss Nelson is Missing was one of my absolute favorite books when I was in elementary school, so I wanted to read this one to you. I don't know if any of you all have ever read that book, but if you haven't, I would suggest maybe looking it up on YouTube first. That way you kind of get the backstory to this one. That way it all kind of makes sense. Well, let's jump right in. All right, Miss Nelson Has a Field Day, James Marshall and Harry Allard. For some weeks now, gloom had blanketed the Horace B. Smedley School. No one laughed or threw spitballs. No one even smiled. Miss Nelson was worried. Everyone was down in the dumps. Mr. Blandsworth was so depressed he hid under his desk. "It's the worst team in the whole state," he said. And it was true. The Smedley Tornadoes were just pitiful. They hadn't won a game all year. They hadn't scored even a single point. And lately, they seemed only interested in horsing around and in giving coaches the business. "Why practice?" they said. "We'll only lose anyway." "We're in for it now," said old Pop Hansen, the janitor. "The big Thanksgiving game is coming up, and the werewolves from Central are real animals. They'll make mincemeat out of our team." "What's to be done?" said Miss Nelson. "We need a real expert," said Pop. That afternoon, while Miss Nelson was grading papers, she heard wild laughter. It was coming from the teacher's lounge. Coach Armstrong had cracked up. "I'll make us a fresh pot of coffee," said Miss Nelson. The next day it was announced, when Coach had calmed down, Miss Nelson took him home in a taxi. "You need a nice long rest," she said. The next day it was announced over the PA that Coach Armstrong would be out for a long time with the measles. "Who will take his place?" said the kids. When Miss Nelson passed by Lulu's after school, a serious discussion was going on. "We need someone who can really get the team in shape for the big Thanksgiving game," said one kid. "Someone who knows how to get results." "It's too bad Miss Viola Swamp isn't around," said another. "Who?" said a kid who was new in town. "You've never heard of Viola Swamp?" said the first kid. "The meanest substitute in the world. She's a real witch. She'd have no trouble getting results." Mr. Blandsworth happened to overhear. He said. Said Miss Nelson, and she wasted no time getting home. After rummaging around in her closet, she found what she was looking for, an ugly black sweatsuit. Then she made an important phone call. "I'll be right there," said the voice on the other end. The next day, Mr. Blandsworth announced that there will be football practice as usual. "Whoever it is," said the guys, "let's really give him the business." The doors to the coach's office flew open, and out stepped a lady in an ugly black dress. "My name is Miss Viola Swamp," said the lady, "and I am here to get results." "It's Blandsworth," cried the kids, and they laughed him off the field. "Oh, rats," said Blandsworth. "How could they tell?" Just then, the guys heard the sound of squeaky tennis shoes. "I am Coach Swamp," said the lady in the black sweatsuit. "Holy smoke," cried the team. "The Swamp!" The team's fullback tried to pussyfoot away. "Not so fast, Mr. Smarty," said Coach Swamp. "Wow," said one of the guys. "Did you see that tackle?" Coach Swamp was a real expert. She put the team to work right away. The guys had never done so many leg raises. "More," said Coach Swamp. "They never ran so fast." "Faster," yelled Coach Swamp. "This is murder," said the guys. "Pipe down," said Coach Swamp. In only a matter of days, the Smedley Tornadoes were looking better. Coach Swamp really gave them the business. Mr. Blainsworth was a little puzzled, however. "Who is that Miss Swamp?" he asked. "Maybe Miss Nelson knows. I'll go ask." Miss Nelson was busy grading papers when Blainsworth looked in. "I don't want to disturb her," said Blainsworth. "She probably doesn't know anyway." Down on the field, Coach Swamp was having a little talk with the team. "And don't ever think about horsing around again," she said, "because the swamp will be watching." When Coach Armstrong returned after his rest, he was very surprised what he found. The guys played like a real team. "How did this happen?" said Coach Armstrong. Said the guys. On Thanksgiving Day, the Tornadoes clobbered the Werewolves 77-3. It was a great day for the Horace B. Smedley School. Mr. Blainsworth treated the whole team to hot dogs at Lulu's. Miss Nelson went home tired and happy. "Sometimes you just have to get tough," she told her sister Barbara. "And by the way, thanks for filling in for me." "Anytime," said Barbara. "Anytime." Alright guys, now that we read the super cute sequel to Miss Nelson is Missing, first of all, take an AR test on this. I'll post a picture on the end that has the AR number. And I also want you to kind of think through these questions. Why do you think the team was so bad at the beginning of the book, and what changed it? And who was actually Miss Viola Swamp? Because when I read this, that one just threw me for a loop. Okay, well, have an awesome rest of your day. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. Bye, guys.